Hey everybody, we're back for the final video in this Frenzy Angels competitive constructed run. It's your friend Will here with Zeilend on the memory lapse. Final video one way or another. We're either going to win or lose. Pretty exciting.
I'm excited.
This is where you can, yes, thank you.
Sorry.
If you hear
Trying
like
to be a radio host.
if you hear like if you hear like a half beat, that's when you can jump in and be like, "Hee-ah, let's go."
Is it in 4/4 time or 3/4 time, Will?
That's a good question.
We'll say 6/8 for good measure.
Six
Okay.
eight. Is it good measure or is it bad measure? That's a music joke.
That's a great measure.
So on the play, 2-drop into 3 drops into Experimental Frenzy. I think we keep this one. We draw one land and we're gold, right?
Mm-hmm. We have a couple turns to draw that one land. Doesn't matter what color.
Our opponent mulligans. Hell yes.
They kept.
Okay, Ichi, come up. Oh, we have a third participant here. Ichi is like demanding to come up onto my lap. Okay. Hey, we got there. So yeah, the Vanguard's great here because if they do something like double 1-drop here, we get to play Clarion next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, we can look to just clog up the board with History.
Take one. Okay, so that's one of the 1-drops.
Oh, please. 1-drop. Oh.
Oh, God. The only issue is that
You think they're going to just ping it here?
they are.
Do we pay?
No, I don't think we go down because we don't have any real follow-up, you know?
Well, if we basically pay 8 total, because we pay 4 this turn and pay 4 next turn, and then we get 3 back because we can give it lifelink. So we'd be paying 5.
Okay.
The alternative is just to let it die and play History.
No, we have to Clarion, remember?
We don't have to, because the History tokens will trade.
Okay. Then it resolves.
Taking 8's probably a little much, right?
That's it. It's aggressive. They only have 3 cards left. So I think that land that they just played was one that they kept off the top. Or the one that they scryed. I think. Don't play Frenzy.
No. Oh, play my land. So, do we just play Angel? I kind of think we do.
If they point 3 damage at that, I think you're okay.
It's pretty good. We're still at 17, by the way, so shouldn't be sweating this too much.
Exactly.
These 1/2s are not super impressive. Risk factor. I guess we'll take 4.
I mean, it's actually really interesting because I mentioned to you briefly. I was playing a game earlier where I had 3 risk factors. My opponent let me draw 9 cards.
And you lost?
And I lost just because I couldn't play the cards out of my hand.
Ooh, this would have been a good turn just to play lifelink on this mode. Damn. I didn't see that. Okay, so I think we're probably going to lightning strike something on their turn. And hope we hit land, because if we hit land, we're just going to angel them out. Flame of Keld. Resolves. Do you think we block the other? I guess not, because we can just gain 5 with the lifelink mode if we miss land.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Nope, we hit land.
And now we just
get them.
Yeah, we create an angel. Okay.
They see what's happening here.
Yeah.
Okay. So Clarion seems good against them. Maybe we just need the one Clarion though. Like I mean, maybe Vanguard's not good against them. Do you think is this a situation where we side out Vanguards and bring in like Sealaways?
I think that seems like a better, because they do win by attacking. I feel like the last deck we played against, was more about dealing burn damage.
Yeah, and that's the only card in our deck that's susceptible to Chain Whirler. But then do we take out Ajani and bring in something like one Settle the Wreckage. Ajani gets a lot worse when we side out half our 2-drops.
Yeah.
Experimental Frenzy? I mean, do we keep it?
I can see cutting down the numbers. It's not something that we want to be playing early game.
For more settles?
And plus, yeah, I think that's right.
Okay.
It feels good.
This looks good.
The other thing that I could think about is Tajic. Just because it can first strike, which is pretty powerful.
True.
But let's just run this back for game 2. I think that if we lose game 2, Tajic will be even better when we're back on the play.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll tell you, the thing that I love most about Experimental Frenzy is how easy it is just to cut them to bring in sideboard cards.
Sometimes you have to find that in a card, you know?
I really like that aspect. So they're down to 6. I think we keep this.
Yeah.
If we draw land, we have the combo, the Angels.
How do they deal with Shalai?
They have to point like 2 pieces of burn at it, and if they do, then that means they don't have the 2 pieces of burn they need for Lyra. So win-win, I guess.
So one more land.
We're gonna get there. God, cards like Knight of Grace are just so derpy. It doesn't even explore. Like, what's the point of this card?
God, we got there.
We just hold back, I guess.
Yes. They are the beatdown.
Zeilend, imagine playing a 2-mana 2/2 that doesn't explore.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
I can't even imagine it. Why would you do that to yourself?
Why would you play a 2-mana 2/2 that doesn't draw you a card?
Alright, so Shalai?
Shalai.
Shalai or shall I not?
Don't block. I mean, they could have the 2 burn spells here.
Yeah, but that's good if they do.
Oh,
see,
okay.
that's their Lyra answer right there. They get in for 3. The Knight holds back the others.
Mm-hmm.
We had to have a second fight with fire here.
And if they fight with fire again, they're down to 2 cards in hand. They still can't attack with the rest of their board.
They're gonna have it. I'm so sad. Oh,
whoa!
They did not have it. Wow, come on! You're playing to be 5-0. I'm assuming this person's also like in the 5th win bracket. How do you just scoop there? Ooh, what do you think it is?
Varix.
Demon Lord, Bells, and Lock close. You got some of the hard consonant sounds in there. Yeah, Flying Trample. It does. It's got way too much text. I still don't really understand what that does.
That's how you know it's good.
All right, so let's claim our 2100. And
wow.
My God, look at that, Zeilend.
Wow, I'm jealous.
Pay to win come true. Let's see it. Verdant Forest. This is a classic. You can't complain about this card. It's just it's an all-timer. Watley.
Oh, God.
Hey, but you know what? It's a mythic. Star of Extinction.
Actually, I like it.
I like it.
Because playing today, I was like, I wish I had Wildfire.
It's super over the top, and it reminds me of that card. I think it had Suspend in Time Spiral, that you like suspended it, and it dealt like 12 damage to a creature. It did like some ridiculous amount of damage to a creature. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but this is to each creature.
Right.
Like, it's literally killing the dinosaurs.
But that's what it reminds me of. It's like it's such a huge amount of damage that they put on here. Like it could have like where'd they get 20 from? Like they didn't want it to say destroy all creatures in red, right? Like Mark Rosewater was like, no, good sirs, like red does not destroy creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to be damage, it has to be dealing damage. And then they looked at the dev file, like, are we printing anything bigger than 20 toughness? The answer was no, right? And that's what they went with. Like functionally, it's destroy all creatures.
No, there is. It's called Ajani Pridemate.
It could become over. Yes, it could be bigger.
Yes.
Same thing for Wild Growth Walker. It could be bigger. But I've played a lot of Wild Growth Walker games, and I've never gotten one at 20 toughness. I mean, this channel, I have to guess that half the content is Wild Growth Walker games at this point. There's
There's nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's a very winning deck. It's very good. So let's see. Recap. We got some rares and some mythics. We completed some quests. We went plus 1100 gold. So we're up to 2130. So
Feels good.
pretty good. A little unfortunate that last game we finished that last round under 10 minutes, but that's how those red deck wins games go, I guess. But very good job by us. Zeilend, your co-piloting was excellent.
Thank you.
You put me in my place a couple times. Thanks for
Likewise.
joining us. We should do this again. I think this probably works out better than when you're sitting next to me and the mic doesn't pick you up.
Yeah, I tried listening to that. It did not work out very well.
Yeah. Well, people still enjoyed it. So yeah, thanks everyone. I do not recommend you try this deck out. I think if you're gonna burn wild cards, burn it on something else. I think this deck is probably going to, in a couple weeks, churn out of the format as the control decks and mid-range decks like further define themselves. It doesn't feel like there's anything that this deck does that it does better than any other deck. So stay away. That's the memory lapse verdict is stay away from this deck, even though we did just casually 5-1 this event. Didn't feel good. And Zealand's recommendation is to play the mono blue deck. Is that correct?
If I had to pick one of the two, absolutely.
On value, the mono blue deck probably is considering the wild card investment to build that deck. I think you're more likely to profit with that in the long run than this one. So that's it for this series, and we're going to pick a new deck and be back soon with another competitive constructed run. So later, everybody. Thank you.